I'm really glad you're here to join us today. It's a challenging day, isn't it? We're in kind of a goofy situation in our country. And I know everybody's pretty stressed out about it. I know I have been. I've, waking up in the middle of the night and trying to sort through my own anxiety and my own issues around safety and threats and our country and where our country is going and all of that, and what we'll have to be ready for, or at least awake for, over the next couple days and couple weeks. Just being prepared and awake and present and help as many people as we can to get through this really tough time. At times like this, we have to remember that almost everybody is a Jekyll and a Hyde. When they're balanced, when they when their nervous system is regulated, when their heart's regulated, when they're doing things which help keep them in a balanced place, which are nourishing and nurturing, they are kind, loving, supportive human beings. When people are dysregulated, which most people are anymore, the majority of the time, it means that nothing's communicating clearly. And that's the opposite side of the coin. When we go into fight or flight, we become a different person. We go into our reptilian brain, and all of the other brains that promote peace and empathy and care, those are kind of shut off because we're all in what do we need to do to survive. And that's where everyone who was part of the protests, everyone who were part of the mob action, everyone who was part of the threats and the violence, that's where they're at for the most part. They are in fight or flight without knowing it. So when we come out on the other side, when things do calm down, when the dust settles, we'll need to remember that these really are our family, our friends, and our neighbors. And it's not that they're horrible people. It's not that we're each a bad person and you're out to get me. It's that we're all doing the best that we know how. And most of us are dysregulated. When I woke up this morning at 4 a.m., which isn't uncommon for me, I like to use it as a meditation time. I noticed how anxious I was. And the thoughts that it makes you think. It makes you think that you're worthless. It makes you think it's somebody else's fault. It makes you think that you're helpless. All of these feelings come up when we're dysregulated and in fight or flight. And it can turn people into threats. It can turn them into villains. And when that happens, we look at them and we say, you're a bad guy, you're a villain, you're a horrible human being, whatever side we're on. We do that. And I think it's really important that we remember to look past the dysfunction, to look past the anger and the suffering and the hurt, but not ignore it. Not give it all fuzzy wuzzy pink slippers. Realize that it is dangerous and it is aggressive and it is threatening and that it can get out of control and people can get very hurt. 4 people died yesterday, one of them because they were shot. So we can easily become that destructive version of ourselves. And sometimes it has a place when things need to be overturned, when kindness isn't the norm and people are suffering way more than a lot of people in the US are suffering. We tend to have even though it's very hard in many areas, we've managed to survive. So at the end of this, we're really going to have to look at our neighbors and our family and our friends, because we all have neighbors on the opposite side. We all have friends and family on the opposite side, and realize that when we act out our fears and our fright, when we act them out, it destroys things. And so we need to help people learn how to get the things that they need, how to nourish themselves, how to feel good about themselves, how to feel good about their place in the world. It's not about punishing people for behaving badly. It's recognizing that they are behaving badly, setting up the safeguards we need to set up so our family and friends can be safe. And once that happens, we're able to look at other people with compassion. Brene Brown once said, she said, the most empathic, compassionate women that she knows are the ones who have the best boundaries. Because when you're always feeling threatened or scared or anxious or off balance, it's impossible, nearly impossible to have compassion for anyone else. So the things we need to do right now is nourish ourselves, help the people that we love, no matter how they handle things or what they believe or what their politics or what their story is, help them get back into balance themselves. Help them feel connected to something bigger than themselves. We tend to join gangs and we tend to join mobs because we feel disconnected, and it gives us a sense of safety and of family. And that's how drug addictions and things can really spiral down. When we embrace people and welcome them as human beings into the human family with care and compassion, but not with, not being blind as to what the threats really are and how people really do behave in these situations. That's the way I believe we can move forward. And that's what all the spiritual traditions and the rituals and the religions around the world throughout time have said, that this is an ebb and a flow. And the only way to evolve out of this is to deal with our own fears and threats, work through our own emotions in a healthy way, and then help the people that we care about deal with theirs in a healthy way too. And then the ripples should go out. So thank you for being a part of this human journey with me. This is crazy. The whole world is going through these experiences together. It's never been like this before. So thank you for being on the planet and going through this with me, because the world is just going to continue to evolve, and we don't know where it's going. And we need to be part of the solution, part of the love and the caring and the healing, instead of part of the destruction. So thank you. I hope you have a good and a safe day. And a couple things. One, hanging out with Julie this morning in 6 minutes. Hop on over to Awaken with Julie Murphy. See if you can find her. We're going to be talking about money and relationships, awakening relationships. And then if you're ready to challenge, if you're ready to start this year off on a really good foot, then check the link above, because we're doing a 7-day challenge. It ends Sunday. It's free. There's no charge. And it's designed to help you open your mind, manage your emotions without having to go through your story, without having to feel sorry for yourself, but just a natural evolution out of stuck emotions from the past. We help move them out, clear them out, so that you can grow and become the person you're supposed to be. Okay, have a great rest of your day. Thank you.